So 3, 2, 1, go. Really, is that the curse? I mean, if a cat shows up in my apartment, that would be very interesting. That might be fun. Alright, so I'm sliding into that cutscene there just to get a little bit of extra distance, because she's... Oh god. She's still moving while the cutscene's going on. But if I don't slide, then she just locks in place right where she was. So, we're just going to try and do that whenever we can.
This must be the new breed.
We'll be using slides a lot to cancel things, get by enemies, shoot this guy because he always blocks the staircase.
Damn it. An alarm.
Are you a cat, clearly? Because if so, then sure. Yeah. That was a really fun run of Kingdom Hearts 2, though. That was just there. If you didn't get the chance to watch it, you should. Alright. So here we're going to be using one of the first speed techs we'll see. Hello? Check the door, please.
It's locked.
What is that?
This is going to require.
Oh, that's just a big mess. Okay. Alright, so here we have grenade cancels to pull ourselves out of some cutscenes. There we go.
The view's blocked.
We're supposed to check that and realize we can't see through it. That was kind of a mess, so I'm actually just going to look at this and see what the answer is. Normally we try to skip this and then just play our luck with it. Alright, so we got Snake here. That's Snake. This one is the fish. Snake. Oh, I can't understand pictures apparently. I just put the... I think that was actually on the snake already. There we go. Where did I get... Which one's wrong? Oh, this one's wrong. Sorry. It is this one. I can't read pictures today, apparently. There we go. Alright, so that's kind of a little roulette wheel.
I'm guessing teamwork isn't
that
a
was some
strong point
memes.
around here.
So what happens when you try and read it fast, and yeah. Anyway, so there's one of 4 things that can show up there. There's a fish, a bird, a snake, and I don't know, what looks like a bat or a corpse or something. Kind of interesting. But you have to set all 4 of the wheels to the proper one. Which we saw in that... When we looked through at the painting, one of the 4 things will show up. Normally we try to skip that, though. Like I skipped the first attempt to look through it. But then we have to, you know, gamble on which of the 4 it is. And normally if you have, like, you know, you look at what's already on the reels and just sort of gamble on it being the one that there's the most of. But that one was just a big mess of things, so
that was dated 6
we
months
didn't
ago.
bother.
That can't be right. I don't remember.
This pausing I'm doing here is cutting off the dialogue, which does make these segments go a little bit faster. So I'm going to need you to get out of my way.
I see you were expecting me. Sorry, boys. No
That's
time.
another bit of tech we're going to have there, is whenever we do slides through vents like that, we're going to try and flip over on our back, because one, it gives us some extra distance very quickly, but also, moving through the vents, it's actually going to be faster to do this, like, shuffle backwards on our back, versus actually crawling normally.
The rescues.
So this dialogue, if we don't skip this, we actually end up waiting at this door for quite a while. Oops. Yeah. How you guys doing in chat today? Hope your Tuesday. Hope today's Tuesday. Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Hope your Wednesday's going well. So here, we gotta shoot this guy. So we trigger that cutscene. Oh, he grabbed me right before we got out of this area. Kind of annoying when that happens. Alright, so the sub's blowing up because that idiot shot something to ignite and cause explosions, which are not good on a submarine.
Isn't going to last much.
Oh, that sounds fun. Well, I hope it's doing its job. But yeah. So that slide I just did earlier, and this one right here, we do those slides to cancel staggering that would normally happen, where Ada will kind of stumble around a bit. If we slide through the triggers for that, she won't stumble because she's on the ground. So that's our goal, is to hopefully hit all of the stagger cancels. That one was early. Okay. Normally, I slide through the door there and it's fine. Well, anyway. I guess the game just wanted you guys to see what the staggers we're trying to not get look like. Right. So here's going to be a good demonstration of the shuffling backwards. So we're actually going to aim our gun, spin around, and shuffle backwards here. Of course, the camera angle is going to change on us, because why wouldn't it? Same, Hummel. Same.
So much for the rescue sub. Time for Plan B.
Or, well, sorry. Isolation. Not quarantine, but... Apartment's all lonely. But I am sorry to hear that you have the COVID. I'm just keeping people out and away so I don't get it. Alright. So, making our way out. See if I can... Nope, we missed. Okay. Getting the slide through here is kind of hard, because it's such a tight turn in a narrow hallway. And there's another stagger cancel right there.
Fast.
Alright. Yeah, so this Resident Evil is, it's sort of notorious. It doesn't have a great reputation, but really this is, I found, one of the most fun Resident Evil games to play. Is it a goofy game? Yeah, of course. But I mean, kind of all Resident Evils are. But it's a really fun game to play, really fun game to speedrun.
Strange one.
The controls feel nice. It has its issues, of course, but like they're sort of like magnet grabs onto ledges and ladders sometimes that are a bit frustrating.
It's gonna take more
But,
than a handprint to operate this.
For the most part, it all feels really nice, really fun to play. Yeah. Could always use more RE6 runners.
Still gross.
Right. So our goal now is to turn power back on. And there's a switch right up here.
Okay.
So this sub here, this part of it, is kind of like maze-like, but well, we know where to go, so.
The sub is done for
That roll there was another stagger cancel, by the way. There's another stagger cancel there. Because, you know, we can't have enough of them. These will pretty much stop being a thing in this chapter. Oh no, there's bugs here. That's horrible. Please get away from me. Those bugs are awful, and we're gonna hope we never have to actually fight one. But if we do, it's gonna be right here.
Power's back.
Hull collapse at 2,500 feet imminent. Initiating. Answer all questions into the mic.
Identify yourself.
I'm a little busy right now.
Please say your name.
Alright. I'll bite. 801.
Can he jump up? He might not be able to jump up.
6 months ago, you were following Simmons' orders, but it was your choice to do so. How do you plan to atone for your crimes?
Nice. Alright, this guy can't jump up.
I don't work for
Alright, so
someone.
that's my goal here, is I like to try and shoot these guys so they turn into those white guys there. Because they can't jump up here and harass me.
I know everything about
And that's my goal. Is so I don't have to kill them. I can just let them stay down there and do their thing.
Am I right?
And I should be skipping all these,
If you know.
pausing to skip all these dialogues here, but there's a lot of them,
But it wouldn't.
and I forget sometimes.
Perfect answer.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, though, about the run, or something I'm doing that I forget to explain, please let me know.
My final... What are you...
Oops.
Whatever the hell gets in my way. And the virus.
A little bit late. I like these guys down here, they're just making a bunch of noise.
Simmons?
We're gonna wait right here for our hook shot out.
You got that's over.
Right, and that's chapter 1. Alright, now for chapter 2, we're going to change our setup just a little bit, because we're going to be using some grenades here.
Can't believe you went through with it.
Specifically, we're going to try and knock some enemies back with grenades. And that's why we want this grenade power-up skill. So, this run, I do have some PB potential here. It's likely it won't, but there's a chance. And the chance very heavily hinges on getting this a trick coming up here.
It might come in handy.
So those guys, we're just going to toss a flame grenade to make them go away. So here's another one of our grenade cutscene skips. We're going to toss a grenade up there.
This is going to need something
Ooh,
particular to
okay.
unlock it.
Wanted to bounce that a bit further away from the
Where's
door.
rest of it?
I think I hit some nasty geometry there on the door. But yeah, so there's 2 cutscenes there. The first one we can skip out of. The second one we can't. Alright. So yeah, the story here is ultimately there's a guy who's way too obsessed with Ada, and
Color is the chest I just saw.
basically tries to clone her, and well, the clone wasn't too happy about that, and so she's trying to destroy the world. That's a very brief summary of the plot, the part of the plot that's relevant for Ada, anyway. Oh, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you on blast like that.
There are more missing pieces.
Over here. Oh, come on. See, this guy views Leon as the competition. Right. So we gotta push that. Get up. Alright. Nice, okay. We actually got that little grenade cancel there. But here comes the one that could save us a bunch of time. Right. So normally what we're supposed to do is crossbow bolt these guys to the wall, like that cutscene there suggests. But we're gonna try and not do that by tossing the grenade and hopefully... Nope. Well, that's unfortunate. You know, it's really fun when you practice a trick like 30 times and you get it 95% of the time.
There must be a clue around
But
this.
when you try to do it in the run, it's like, nah. Alright, we'll try this one more time. That's not gonna work. This is this guy. Okay, we'll just reload the checkpoint here. All right, we're gonna do this the intended way since it doesn't seem to want to work for us right now. So the intended strat is to pin these guys to the wall. Well, that one missed. I have to wait for this dude to get up. What? Oh, that's annoying. Okay.
Better hold on to this. I might need it.
Well, anyway, so that's not happening. Pretty much the rules of speedrunning, you know? Practice a trick and then you miss it in the run. Oh well, it's all good. Anyway, so I got to show off what we were trying to do and what we're supposed to do. Or what the game intends us to do, anyway.
Alright. Ready or not.
But the idea with that grenade toss is we knock them all against the back wall. And when they're oops, all back there, when they're all back there, they're off that floor that collapses. And as long as it's only Ada on that floor, it won't, oh, come on, Mr. Dynamite. Wow. Yeah, when it's only Ada on the floor, it won't collapse. So here we're gonna apparently get grabbed by that guy. But what we're gonna do is run all the way to the end here, try and gather up as many of them as we can. To get taken out by that grenade, which was not very many. Try that again. Alright. Run does not want to cooperate today. Right. Here, we don't actually have to kill all these guys, we just need to get to this guy at the end. I'm gonna kill that guy though, because this is gonna be annoying.
One down.
We love Let's Plays. Hey look, it gives you more time to watch Ada. And that's what we're all here for anyway, right? For this run. Okay. So here it's run away from the spinning blade. What? Hopefully we can still make it through in time. Nope. Okay. Sure. Oh, that item took a while to spawn there. Alright. So that takes care of that. I really don't like that segment of the run there.
You're a twisted man, Simmons. As twisted as they come. Let's put my theory to the test.
This way. So we're coming up to the first boss for Ada. There's parts of the crypt stuff that are okay, but yeah, generally speaking, definitely agree with that.
These walkways won't hold. We need to get to the lower levels.
So sorry, Deborah. It's all my fault.
Helena, get away from her!
Stop! Don't shoot, please!
Right, so here's our first boss, Deborah. This other woman here is Helena. Deborah is her sister. The guy who's obsessed with Ada did some experiments on her and turned her into this. So this first phase of the fight here is just timed. We just need the AI Helena to do what would be her QTE there. And that pretty much takes care of it.
Deborah, where are you?
Our goal now is just to make it to the bottom of this room. Sliding into some ledges to drop down there, because it's slightly faster to chain a drop from a slide. It cuts out a little bit of animation. Again, here we're waiting on AI Helena.
Okay. Watch out, you two. She's strong.
So here,
Yourself.
we're gonna wait for her to caress herself. There you go. Shoot her with a grenade, because that's not allowed on PG-13 streams. But we shoot her because it progresses the fight. Right, and now we just need to pop all three of those yellow things. So there's one of them. Stop doing that. We don't want her to do that anymore. We want her to continue to do the thing where she puts out all three of her her spiky things. Yeah, good thing we aren't PG-13 here, right? Oh my god, Deborah, please stop. Well, anyway, that's the boss fight. We popped all three. It could be worse than that. She could do worse things than feeling herself up like that. Because, at least when she does that, we can shoot her to drop and she'll expose one of the weak points. So, it could be worse, but could also be better. So our goal here now is, well, we could stand here and do nothing, really. But because Leon likes to fight every little thing, like he thinks he's Russell Crowe fighting around the world here, we're shooting stuff along his way so he hopefully continues to run and not stop and shoot everything. Unfortunately, though, as you can kind of tell here, this minecart thing There's a lot of it, and it's all in the way. So it's hard to hit the enemies that we need to hit. This one here, we're actually gonna, well, set ourselves on fire too. We're gonna toss a flame grenade over there, kill those guys. Because Leon will just stand there. And then he'll try to fight these guys. Alright. So here's a good place to talk about what we call DA, which is difficulty adjustment. Resident Evil and a lot of games now have this feature that basically the better you do, the harder it makes the game. And we don't want that. We want enemies to be as weak as possible. We want them to, take as little damage to kill as possible. So we want to keep our DA low. Well, ways we can keep our DA low is by taking damage. So Ada is taking the concussion test here in order to lower the DA. And that's going to be our goal, is to try and keep it as low as we can. Unfortunately, in New Game Plus, it's really easy. Could you hit me, please? Oh my god. But yeah, in New Game Plus, it's unfortunately really easy to really rack up your DA high. Because, well, you kill basically everything immediately, so... Oh hey, she actually hit me. Hit me again. We missed. One more time. Yeah, hit me. No. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah. So this whole segment here is actually a complete auto-scroller. The only thing we have to interact with is shooting that explosive barrel that I did earlier. That's it. Alright. I'm gonna heal here, because dying would be very bad. It would lower our DA if we died. Yeah. It's a bit too much. Because we'd have to do all this again. And there we go. There's Deborah. Right. So when you see the screen sort of switch, like say, oh, it's switching control input mode from keyboard to mouse, the F keys, by default anyway, switch your skill sets. And that's what I'm doing here, is I'm using the F1 through F8 to switch my skill sets. So it does switch to keyboard control and then back to controller when I move around. So here, we're playing Dodge the Whoppers. Oh god. That's why you want to slide into openings, by the way. It's much faster. We might get bodied here. Oh no, okay, we're good. Right. Here, just hang to the left, so we don't get bodied by that dude. And then once more, hang to the left. Wow, really? Okay. So that happened. Alright. Now here, we're going to take a little trip and destroy some cocoons. Oh god. So normally what would happen in this part is we would trip an alarm, and it would cause 5 of these cocoons to burst open into enemies that take a long time to kill. And we'd rather not do that. So, we're going to bust the cocoons. And that was the last one. It would have triggered when we tried to go through this door back. The last one we just did. And that's chapter 2. We're going to go back to the assault rifle for pretty much the rest of the run. We can use shotgun on the last boss. But,
Ada Wong is heading south for the harbor.
I don't know.
Throwing a party
Kind of up to us.
and I'm not even there yet.
Whether you guys are feeling shotgun or assault rifle. We could do either one. Since this is a marathon, and this is no longer a PB pace run, I'm obligated to have a little bit of fun on the playground. Go down the slide there, you know. Middle of an apocalypse, but hey, you gotta get in some time for fun, you know? Right, these dudes have an interesting attack. They jump on, one jumps on the other's back,
These are the
or
same kind of soldiers
some
we saw in
reason.
the sub.
Oh, why am I trying to turn left there? Yeah. If anyone can come up with some tactical advantage for jumping on each other's shoulders like
Enjoying
that,
out on the town.
I'd be interested to know. Because, yeah, that's interesting choice. Alright, speedrun, we ain't got time to deal with these guys. Alright. Apparently we're gonna do all that. Yeah, it's funny. Ada's thing is supposed to be mostly all about stealth, which is very apparent in the first chapter, but just sort of very quickly falls apart afterward. Okay. Could be something. Right, so that dude down there is a feature in both Ada and Jake's campaign. He's a jerk.
China too now. Look at this mess. The whole world's gone mad.
I'm going to try and not stumble over bodies. Sir, don't steal my key. Right. So you've seen me sliding to pick up items. That cancels the pickup animation. Because normally she would bend down to grab it and stuff like that, but if we slide into it, we don't deal with any of that. Oh, look who's back. So this guy, we can't kill him here. I am going to take that hit for some DA adjustment, though. Yeah. So this is another little auto-scroller. It's sort of a just don't die auto-scroller. We can shoot him here. It is New Game Plus, so we don't need to worry about our ammo, because we do have infinite ammo on this skill set here. Or we could just avoid him. You know, it doesn't really matter. Alright, now here we actually do need to fight him. Oops. Those QTs, I can't really tell any reason that we actually need to hit them. Alright.
This is HQ.
That dialogue right there is what we needed to wait for. That triggers after we've done enough damage.
Repeat. Ada Wong has been spotted on the connect.
Well,
Look at this guy.
I'm tired of playing cat and mouse.
Right. And there it
Almost
is.
there.
It's an
Can't
intimidation
believe this
tactic and you're
mysterious
spooked by it.
doppelganger of mine.
I mean, that's fair. Right, so playing this game on 120 FPS, there's supposed to be dialogue here that Ada says, but playing on 120 FPS, it just sort of skips it. Which, hey, I'm here for that.
I suppose I should return the kindness their parents showed to me. This is as good a time as any.
Alright, so we met Leon and Helena already. We are now going to meet Jake and Sherry. Those of you who've played RE2 but not played this game, that is the same Sherry from RE2, the little girl who just squats down and, you know, causes pain in the speedrun. Say hi to Jake and Sherry.
Why is it that nothing stays
Oh, look who's back.
I hope that's the last I have to see of him.
Alright, that takes care of that.
Wesker Jr. It's not easy working with the good guys, is it?
Ah, yes. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, Jake is Wesker's son, Albert Wesker. There's a whole bunch of interactions that go on between him and Chris regarding that. Alright. Here we are again at the wait around part of the run. Not much we can really do here.
Someone's coming back for more.
So you hope that Jake doesn't crash at all, but, you know, because when he crashes like that, he has to restart the boat. You know, ideally that doesn't happen at all, but... But hey, it's just bad RNG.
Ugh.
Alright, so now we're just waiting for a QT prompt here to deal with this. Alright.
I think we've all had enough of you.
There we go.
Hope that's all she wrote. These two would be in pretty hot water if I wasn't around.
And now we get to wait around some more. We gotta
Time to save the
play
day
protector
again.
for Sherry here.
Poor little Sherry. All the monsters who love to chase you.
Alright. And this will about wrap up chapter 3 here, as soon as we get to a jet speed.
Now that's the way to travel.
Here it is. Alright, so we're a little bit over halfway now. So we're going back on a boat.
I really wish you would stop running. We have so
This
much
part
to talk about.
is fun once you've got it figured out. But when you're doing this blind, this part can be really frustrating. We've got to go find 3 keys in the
3
boat
separate
here.
Passcodes.
And it's a little bit of a maze in there.
Passcodes.
So the first key, very easy. It's right here. We're going to leave it there, though. We leave that there because if we pick it up, it spawns an enemy that really we just don't want to deal with. So we're basically going to go out to the last key and then work our way backwards. The second key's down that hallway. We're going to come all the way down here to the end first.
Let's
Alright.
see how you
So they don't like fire. So we give them some fire. That takes care of that. Now we're just waiting to get through. Excuse me.
Thanks for the passcode. 2 more and I'm in.
Alright. Too many enemies to fight, so we just crowd control with a grenade there. Alright, so second password is down here. Come on. Actually, this one doesn't matter. So this one gets stolen by this idiot, who goes back into the vents. We gotta go find it. It's right over here. I didn't mean to shoot him into the room, but all good. Alright. Whoa. Took that turn a bit too wide.
Last one. Almost too easy.
Now here's a nice thing. Ada actually enters all three of these passcodes at once. Chris also has to come through here and do this,
Seconds to ourselves.
though his passwords are in a slightly different spot. But he has to enter them one by one, which is a little annoying. I like how Ada refers to Carla as her evil twin.
What the heck?
So again, doing the pause to progress the dialogue faster. Oops.
Wonder when I'll get to meet this doppelganger of mine.
And here's Ada's encounter with Chris and Piers.
You're barking up the wrong tree. No time to explain, though.
Alright. So we're gonna try a trick here to... There's a vent that we have to crawl through. That, it goes pretty slow, the crawling. But we're gonna try and sort of blow ourselves up through the vent to make it go faster. Seems kind of ridiculous, but that's what we're gonna do.
Thanks for keeping him busy, fellas. I'll see you around.
Nope. Well, okay. Time to mess that up a bit. Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, Ada is kinda sus. Help if we get on the right item, you know? Or the right weapon. There are some bees in here. Hopefully we don't meet them. They are a terrible, terrible enemy.
Searchlights, huh?
Alright, we successfully avoided the searchlights. That's nice. It's not a big time loss if we get hit by them, but it's an annoying one. Alright, Ada's about to vent again.
Like cockroaches.
Alright, we need to make sure we kill these dudes here. Because if they grab us, they'll knock us through the floor here. And if that happens, well, Chris kills us. Because Chris is a jerk. Chris does have good reason for wanting to kill Ada, though. Because her evil twin killed some of his men 6 months prior to this. And he doesn't know that that was a fake Ada. Ada wrong, if you will. So,
A fully armed aircraft carrier
yeah.
in open water not far from your location.
Chris isn't too excited about Ada.
They're getting ready to fire missiles on the mainland. It's imperative that you stop even a single one.
She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the sea
Backwards.
rares.
Alright. So, Carla, or fake Ada, is merging with the ship currently. You want to make sure you stand back when you shoot those things, because they do squirt out acid. Which is... Hello? Which is not a good time. So if we don't shoot that, that face will continually bite us right as we're about to open the door. So I've made that mistake enough times to know to not do that anymore. Right, here we're going to come across one mandatory grab. It's that one. Hopefully we won't get grabbed a second time. There is a trick here you can do with one of those pipe bombs that I was using before to blow myself up, where you shoot through this thing early. And get a pipe bomb stuck on those nitrogen capsules back there beforehand, but unfortunately the timing on that's pretty tight, so I usually don't go for it. Alright. Hello? Okay. Let's go. Chapter 5.
Leon,
This one starts off with the worst part, the helicopter.
let's move while we can.
So this part's kind of funny.
Too many of them.
As Ada,
Personal bodyguard.
Leon and Helena will make sure to kill everything here before moving on. Whereas when you play as Leon, you just run to the side and that's it.
We'll get through this. We've got to.
Leon, go away.
You're on your own now, you two.
Alright.
Huh. It's getting a little crowded up here. Somebody ought to tell them their boss is retired.
Oh. These dudes just blow up some helicopters. Oh, RE6 is fun. This is legit one of the most fun speedruns I've done. Goofy game, but really fun game. There is no kappa in my state at all.
They're getting desperate.
Most of the hate for this game is just bandwagon nonsense that got out of control. The 2010s was just trying to find any excuse to call games bad.
That's a nice model. Wouldn't mind one of those for myself.
At least that's what it felt like. So here, this guy. There goes the chopper. Yeah, it's really fun. It's goofy, but like it definitely is a goofy game. There's no getting around that.
Oh boy.
I keep forgetting, I'm supposed to save these rockets for the next phase. Yeah, they're not bad games. I'm not a huge fan of 5. But like, they're definitely over the top. And there's definitely reason to not like the games, for sure. But,
Hell happened.
yeah.
Get in.
Like, I used to not like this. When it first came out and I first played through the game, I didn't like it. But
Going as fast as I can.
as I played it more, and especially after I started speedrunning it, like, it's really fun. A nice, fast-paced action game. Yeah, they're a massive change of pace.
Get ready.
But I mean, if you look at what 4 and 5 were moving to, like, this is the next step in that line of progression.
Load on that fucking bastard.
It definitely isn't what I would call a horror game anymore, though. Like, there's parts of it that are kind of horror-ish. But, yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't fit in the classical notion of a Resident Evil.
I think we pitched the ball.
Of this middle generation, really only the 2 Revelations games really are like horror. Like 4, 5, 6, they're definitely action before horror. Zombie dinosaur. Yeah. Alright, we want to make sure we get away from that screen. Break this thing on its bat. Please, break, thank you. Alright, and that's that. Bye-bye, zombie dinosaur.
You and Carla have left a lot of misery in your wake, Simmons. I'm gonna make sure it all ends here. Maybe I can at least buy these.
So here we have to try to save these guys. We're gonna launch a couple rockets. 2 rockets there. 1 more there. Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. So we're gonna try and immediately shoot this guy. There we go. You can get that a little bit fast, but not by much. And then here we're gonna launch a missile.
I'd like to do more. I really would.
There we go.
Carrying it.
Missiles are really great at controlling the crowds here. Alright, now I made sure to save 2 missiles for the big dudes here.
I'm trying to land here.
Got one for him. One for... Did that miss? Dang, it did. That sucks. Alright, these dudes on the stairs. Is that all of them? Oh, you. Alright. That was a... There's a bit of a delay between when you kill everything and when you land. But it always makes me nervous, like I've missed one. Yeah, I shot to the left, so it went a bit behind, unfortunately. When I fired that one, I was like, this isn't gonna work.
Okay.
But then he started, like, looking like he was staggering. So I was like, oh, maybe I got him with splash damage, but... I think it was him building up for that charge. Alright. Yeah, Leon's campaign in this definitely has the most horror.
Perfect.
So we're coming up on the last boss here, which is Simmons again.
For more? You really are a glutton for
I'm just gonna tank this damage here. Because again, I want to lower my DA. As much as I can. Now, this part here, we're actually just gonna take a bunch of damage. This is just timed. So the more damage we can take here, the lower our DA becomes. And the lower it becomes, the faster the phase that we can actually fight and do damage to, the faster that ends. Seems kind of silly, but welcome to modern Resident Evil speedrunning. You get some memes like this.
You're just
Alright, this phase we actually fight.
let's get this straight. I'm not your little doll, Simmons. In fact, the only thing I have in common with her is hatred for you.
There we go. Yeah, imagine a bigger Ada simp than Leon, right?
But I'm a big girl.
Couldn't even. Ouch. Right. Out of all the monsters you see in this run, that's a good question. Probably this fight here, honestly. For Ada, at least. I think overall in the game, it's gotta be Ustanak in the Jake campaign. The, like, Nemesis-like stalker enemy. I'm trying not to kill those zombies. because killing enemies raises your DA. And I want to not do that. Oh yeah, there is a lot of hilarious stuff in this, particularly zombie dinosaur. In the Leon campaign, he later turns into a giant fly. So he's basically Beelzebos. It's pretty great. Right? So we're gonna do a restart here. Because Helena's sitting up there, she doesn't shoot. But if we do a restart, she'll start shooting. So we are going to do this restart so that she actually will do damage. Yeah, exactly. Also, Ada's face there. Yeah, Leon's being a bit weird.
Not if I can help it.
That only happens if you have left-handed aiming. If you have right-handed aiming, she's facing the other way. But I much prefer left-handed aiming, so I get this every time.
I was just resting my eyes.
Yeah, it's a really fun action game. Definitely is. Alright, that is the wrong gun.
In case you haven't noticed, nothing worthwhile.
Also, it gives me great pleasure to punch the crap out of this guy every time. It's just so much fun. Alright. This phase, he just kind of laughs at us. We can't knock him down here. And there it is. That is the final boss dead. Well, beaten. He doesn't die until Leon's campaign.
I'll pass.
But, so time's coming up pretty soon.
Simmons,
We're gonna walk down a hallway, and once the chapter end screen comes up, that'll be time.
closure. You really should have moved on.
So, very close.
So, this is where Carla did her experiments, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely gotta hurt to keep rearranging and transforming like that.
Another failure. Bring me another subject.
So our last goal is to walk down that hallway
Why do you
right
think
there.
we had this lab built here in the first place?
And time. As soon as this, there we go. Close enough. All right, that's it. And so that actually was a PB by a minute and 10, or a minute and 5 seconds. So I did not think with all those memes I had in the early, in chapter 2, that would have PB'd, but here we are. So that's RE6 Ada. This is my favorite campaign. There's 3 other ones. plenty of reasons to like and dislike the others, including this one. But yeah, it's a really fun run. Definitely recommend checking out some runs of it. Trying it yourself. It's a good time. Goofy game, but it's a really fun run. And yeah. So I know we're I don't know how far ahead of schedule we are. I know we're a little bit.
We are a bit ahead of schedule by about an hour, but we're going to use this time to run a test and see if we can troubleshoot the audio issues that we've been running into with our new setup. So the stream is gonna go briefly down while I boot the stream up on my PC. We're gonna run a task for about half an hour, while Rod works on audio issues.
All right, sounds fun.